Trevor, that was a pretty high quality game of basketball. Must be really impressed over the last quarter when the quarter just made shots when it really counted.
Yeah, I think it started off well. It was 2 hustle plays to start the quarter. We got an offensive rebound with Clint, kick it out to Jesse, hit a 3. Then Nick did a great hustle play to get a steal. So I carried over that, winning those little battles. It really set us in good position, especially when we were 6 down in the last quarter. So really got us focused and back in the hunt. Yeah, they just kept on hitting 3s in that first half. It was like, golly, but sometimes you got to play through that. Here the crowd gets involved and they, play so well lately, and it was just like stay with it, and full credit to our guys, the resilience and grit that we showed out there in that last quarter. It was fantastic.
Just the way you got the ball tonight, especially. That's what stand out on your end.
Well, I didn't have a look until you told me then. Yeah, so it was good. It was getting back end of our shots. We had plenty of open looks too, I thought, in the third quarter. Probably a little bit too many 3s. That's a high count for us, 35. Look to go inside and attack the basket a little bit more than we should have. But, yeah, you can't turn the ball over on the road and give energy to the opposition.
I suppose, the switch you made since the last couple of games, he's been really active and giving you a fair bit. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, he was fantastic at the start, wasn't he? He really was. Just his effort on the glass and, around the basket, he really gave us something in there. And Nick, if there's a harder worker in the league, I don't know. I haven't come across him except for this guy next to me, but he's in there for every rebound whatsoever and come up with some big plays too.
Is that a bit of a turning point for you in sort of quarter time when you took off on Jordan and you sort of went out on the outside too much? I know you referred to taking too many 3s. It felt like in the second quarter you changed your style a little bit and sort of upset the flow.
I think we started off well. I think maybe I can't remember how much we were up, probably about 6 or so, maybe 3 or 6 or something, 2 possessions, and yeah, just lost the flow, and they really hit some big shots. Trying to stop their flow when they're all shooting well. I think they were shooting 60% in the first half from 3. And to hold this team on their home court to 33 points in the second half is outstanding.
Dave, just from a player's perspective, it was a bit of a different schedule this week in terms of you came up to Cairns earlier, spent time here in the heat. What was the preparation like into something that you could probably repeat again next time you come here?
Yeah, it's great, and ideally you do get a couple of days here. Obviously, it's a long flight home via Brisbane, but the reality is everywhere is a long flight from Perth. But in saying that, it was a great luxury to play South East Melbourne in Melbourne on Sunday, and then we had the decision to make: do we fly back to Perth with a quick turnaround, or come up here for a few days, get on court in Cairns, adjust to the humidity and weather? And yeah, it's been a great 4 days, not only from adjusting to some things we need to get better at, but also just some bonding. Hanging out with each other on the road, instead of prepping for a game, just purely enjoying each other's company. So it's been a great 4 days up here. I dare say the guys are excited to get on a plane back and head home tomorrow, though.
Is it less fatigue not flying that before, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, to be honest, flying to a game I don't think has much of an impact on that performance. It's more so the recovery side of things, so we'll make sure we take care of ourselves tonight. We'll head straight back to recovery now, jump on a plane, fly to Brisbane, have a layover, fly back to Perth. And the reality is you can't go into Brisbane with any excuses. So we'll hopefully sleep well tomorrow and then, talk about Brisbane in the break in Brisbane.
Just on getting a win for Trevor's a big milestone. I'm sure as a playing group you're happy to do that now. We wouldn't all like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's now the 8th coach in the NBL to ever coach 400 games. And I can only imagine it's probably lonely at times being a head coach. You win a game, they credit the players. You lose, they blame the coach. So in such a ruthless industry, to get to 400 with 4 grand finals in there as well, it's a hell of an achievement, and one that the players were aware of, and obviously motivated to do well and get him a win. So it's good to walk away with that.
Does it feel like 400?
Yeah, sometimes it feels like 800 sometimes out there, but yeah, I've been very lucky and blessed to have so many good players and coaches to work with the last 13, 14 years. So yeah, it's great to get a win. It makes it a little bit sweeter and something certainly memory when I sit back on the rocking chair.
Trevor, just on the 2 road games where you've beaten South East Melbourne, you've beaten Cairns tonight, you go back and you've got home game against Brisbane. With the time in Cairns, how much can this just revitalise the season? 2 wins, try and
Yeah, it's right. It's you got to show some resilience in this league. Either get through injuries or adverse conditions and travel, and it's how you respond. It really dictates how you're going to go throughout the course of the season. And I often say to the guys, it's the team that improves the most is going to win the championship, and you've got to go through those. And for the team-wise to respond what we've done in the last week after a pretty poor performance at home the week before is testament. We've got character and we've still got to develop better as a team, but I like how we're playing. We're just hustling and playing for each other, and that's when it gets fun.
Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.
thank you.